Dogs are known as man's best friend, and for good reason. They're our constant companions, hanging out with us around the house, playing with us in the yard, even watching TV with us in our downtime. They'd probably even go to work with us if they had a chance. And for some lucky dogs like Griz here, they get to do just that. When Dominic Mizuraka suits up for his job as an O'Fallon police officer, Canine Griz is right alongside him, ready to go to work catching bad guys and tracking down narcotics. As part of the newest canine team in O'Fallon, Griz hasn't been on the job long, but he's already making a name for himself as he patrols our community.
One of the first days that that he was actually in service and able to be used, he had some really good finds with some methamphetamine, and we also caught some people breaking into a vacant house, I think his first or second week on the road, so he really started off running.
But Griz wasn't always a highly trained asset of the O'Fallon Police Department. When Officer Mizuraka first met Griz, this adorable ball of fur couldn't do even the simplest tasks. It took a lot of training for Griz to grow up, but he quickly developed a connection with his handler.
When we were training with him, I noticed he was a little bit of a drama queen because I would try to get him to sit or lay down, and you would have thought that I was, abusing him. He would, yelp and not want to sit and not want to lay down, and then it was pretty amazing how quick he picked up on everything. When I was up at school, I noticed that a lot of guys that had dogs and were training up there, you don't always click right away, or it takes you a little bit to click. Luckily for me and him, we kind of figured each other out. So I was just really impressed with being as young as he was and how little time we had, how fast he matured, and how fast he continues to mature.
Police work seems to be in Griz's blood, and he's adapted to his specialized training even quicker than expected. As a patrol dog, he can be counted on to detect the odor of narcotics like heroin, methamphetamine, cocaine, and marijuana. He's also adept at tracking down suspects and evidence, and when push comes to shove, he's ready to make apprehensions as well. When it comes to his specialties, he's worth a dozen regular police officers.
We can help with tracks and vehicle searches, and he's just so much more of an asset to us than what a normal officer could do. Say, just for instance, with an evidence search in a field, it could take an officer hours, and not even maybe days to find some evidence. Where if I put him out in the field and let him go look for it, it could take him a matter of minutes to find it. So they take what we can do, and they make it so much easier because of their noses and what they're able to do. They just make all of our jobs, not just mine. He makes the entire department's job easier.
Griz is also an excellent ambassador for the O'Fallon Police Department, and he's already made appearances at the annual Safety Town program, showing off his skills to local kids. In the future, you'll likely be able to see Griz at Coffee with a Cop and other community events. But while Griz loves to meet the public, he's happiest when he's backing up his best friend, Officer Mizuraka.
It's always knowing that I have that backup there with me. I don't ever have to wonder, when's the nearest officer, or how long is it going to take another officer to get here. If I need it, I know that he's more than capable of being there for me, and he's only the push of a button. If I'm not in the car, he's only the push of a button away. And most of the time, he's real eager to be right next to me. So I know he's just waiting to hear that door open so he can come help me if he's needed. I'd say it's just the peace of mind knowing that that's there and having that tool with me 24/7 to where if he's needed, he's there.
Canine Griz is a tremendous asset to our department. In return for affection and play, Griz gladly hunts down narcotics and tracks down the bad guys. And we can expect to see him and his handler patrolling our streets for years to come.
371 out with 335.